Hi, I'm Kara Bridwell, and I'm a research attorney with LexisNexis. Before coming to Lexis, I practiced real estate law in North Carolina, and I'm here to show you today some tips and tricks to assist with your real property research in LexisNexis. Before we get started, let's look at what a real estate attorney does. It's a very broad practice area that can encompass state and federal components. They are often called upon to do a variety of things like prepare contracts, leases, building agreements, and perform title searches. They also handle litigation related to property disputes, including eviction and foreclosure proceedings. They can prepare documents for various real estate related transactions, including deeds and mortgages, and they also may appear before state and local agencies in relation to a real estate development project. You can see that this practice area requires you to wear a lot of different hats. So let's look at some of the research tools that will help you with your real property research. Today, I want to get you acclimated with using LexisNexis to find information about real estate statutes and legislation, to explore secondary sources and find appropriate real property cases for your research. And lastly, I want to show you practical guidance, a useful section in the real estate practice area, because it really shows you how to solve a real estate practice question. So with that said, let's get started. Let's just jump into our LexisNexis Plus home screen, and here you see your just general research bar. Well, like I said, real estate law is very, very state specific, and it could have a lot of federal corollary statutes that are existing alongside and often preempt the state law. So the best way I found to do this research is to come down here to the Explore Practice Area section. As you can see, we have a real property law section, so we'll just jump in right there and see what it has to offer. This area is a real one-stop shop for all real property related resources. If we were wanting to explore a real property related statute, but didn't know specifically where to start or how we could determine whether or not there was any federal content we needed to be aware of, I would advise you to start in all real property statutes and legislation. When you click on that, you could enter your search and search whatever terms are going to be relevant to your query right in the search box up here. For example, if I wanted to know more about zoning in Colorado, I could run this search and it would give me the content I needed to start at looking at, such as the Colorado Revised Statutes, the Colorado Constitution, and congressional text of bills. If I needed to further limit that, I could utilize this items on the left, which are my post-search filters. I could limit the content type, the jurisdiction, the date, to further revise what I need. The next search tool I wanted to show you is how to look in secondary sources. Again, we're under the real property law practice area, and I will scroll down to secondary materials. Secondary materials are a great place to begin your research because they're written by experts. They've compiled a comprehensive analysis of your legal topics and issues. It's a quick and efficient way to research because you'll be directed to relevant primary sources like cases, statutes, and administrative regulations. It also provides elements and standards and other criteria for covering your issues or topics. So as you can see, this is a pretty comprehensive version of covering issues in real property law, including eminent domain, real property, land use and zoning, real estate finance, purchase and sale, international consideration, and it also has materials by Matthew Bender, Powell, and Nichols. This would be a really helpful search tool if you were tasked with a research project on eminent domain and it was your first time really working within an issue on eminent domain. So if you clicked on this Nichols by Eminent Domain tab, it'll take you to the table of contents. Starting with the introduction and jurisdiction, you could get further information on eminent domain. And once you're within the content, you could get the background on it, and you can see that it is going to note relevant cases related to questions. This one has broken it apart by state, and it will also give you information on the elements of eminent domain. So if you were really starting from scratch, this is a great way to be able to jump in and not have to reinvent the wheel on your research. Real estate attorneys are going to need to know how to stay up to date in case law. A really great way to search case laws on LexisNexis is within this property law section and just selecting all real property federal and state cases. You can type in a question and narrow your search by real property law cases. For example, if you were asked by a senior associate to research is COVID-19 covered in the force majeure clause, you could simply type in COVID-19 and force majeure and get to case law that addresses this issue. And again, you could utilize your post-search filters to limit it by court, etc. But it is going to be really important for a real estate attorney to stay up to date with federal and state cases in their jurisdiction. The last research tool I'm going to show you today is Practical Guidance. This is your how-to guide. Practical Guidance on Lexis Plus is a terrific way to get started or get up to speed on a new and unfamiliar area of law. They provide a comprehensive overview on a given topic, including basic knowledge into a topic, as well as links to practical resources. To access this, you are going to click on the Practical Guidance link on the left-hand side of the home research screen. If you know exactly what you're looking for, you could type it into the search box. Or alternatively, you could browse Bowie practice area, and we have a real estate law practice area in Practical Guidance. When you select a practice area, Topics and Tasks menu appears at the top of the page. This is a list of the most common topics addressed and tasks performed by attorneys in this field. I am going to select commercial leasing to show you some materials you can access in Practical Guidance. Once you click into a topic or a task, you'll find practice notes, templates, clauses, and checklists. Simply select what type of resource would be most helpful to you for your task at hand. For example, say you needed to look at drafting a specific document, so you wanted to view all the templates. Practical Guidance on Lexis Plus gives you immediate access to thousands of template forms written by leading practice attorneys that include step-by-step instructions, drafting notes, and alternative clauses. Just like within the Lexis Plus research system, you can utilize the post-search filters on the left to further narrow the exact kind of documents you need. So let's say we need a lease agreement. And we can further narrow it to automated templates. Automated form templates are specifically written for Practical Guidance on Lexis Plus and feature a convenient summary that helps you understand what to expect as you progress through the document. We click on this. When you hover over the maintain date, it's going to let you know the last time it was updated so you can be confident in the reliability and accuracy of the content. Throughout the document, you'll see a number of tools to facilitate the drafting process, including drafting notes and alternative and optional clauses. You can view the drafting notes quickly up here, and also the clauses. You can save this form to a folder on Lexis at the top, or download the form to your computer in a number of formats such as PDF or an editable Word document. Templates on Practical Guidance provide you with a starting point to ensure you start and stay on the right track. But if you want to learn more or need more research assistance, reach out to your Lexis rep to schedule a training or contact customer support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.